Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. In today's video, we are diving into a few things because we have another productivity news video, and there is a lot of things happening in the productivity space, as I've said many times before, like the summer months right before summer breaks and summer vacations and things like that. We have a lot of things happening in the productivity space. And today we are going over Notion feed. We are going over Gobu, the new research agent from the team behind Scrintal. I am doing a separate video on that. And also I am going to do a video on routine, which is the last thing we will cover, but I will quickly go over some of the major announcements here. So let's just jump right into the video, starting off with Notion feed. Um, this Notion feed update here, it is basically your databases can now turn into feeds, as in social media feeds like a LinkedIn, a Facebook, Instagram feed. And this is more tailored towards like business. And I think a lot of the updates that Notion has released lately is more tailored towards business. So I can see a couple of like business use cases for this. You have no idea how much information could just be sent out in a feed like this, as with the example right here. A lot of information could just be sent out like this, and I haven't found that um, many productivity applications for Teams allow this kind of this kind of communication and this way of announcing stuff. So I think that is super interesting. I have always liked the idea of having something like this. So I am a big fan of it. And in the long run, we might actually see Notion pulling off something like a chat. But as of right now, we are getting something interesting with these like feed database views. So I think this one is really, really interesting and more, as I said, more tailored towards teams, which is it seems that is where Notion is headed in the future. It is going to mainly focus on the team aspects of things. So it is in the same direction as things like form. We got forms, we got charts, we got the ability to publish our sites. Many of those things are more tailored towards teams, freelancers, smaller teams. Um, so this one goes in the same direction. And interesting update. That is what I want to say about this. Let's jump into Gobu. Gobu is Scrintal's new research assistant, which I demoed a little bit. I am going to do a full video on this, but as you can see, this looks exactly like Scrintal does. Exactly the same thing here, like the same bar down here with the same features, at least a lot of the same features. Like if I open up a note, let's see if we can open up one of my notes here. Let's do just this one. I think this was a random one for a YouTube video. Like it looks exactly the same. I can do the same backslash functionality here. Um, so it looks really, really similar. That is like that is the first part of this. Like it looks similar to Scrintal, but it has this new AI here where you can do article analysis or smart summary. This is tailored more towards like students, if you're in university, if you do a lot of research as a part of your work. So I personally don't. I do a little bit of like light research, but not anything huge for me to use an AI agent for that purpose. But it does a good job. Like I can test it out with one of these sample files. It starts analyzing it and it gives you it like this. And I also um, get a note on the side here, which I can write on. I can also take it to the canvas. And here you have everything. I can actually go in here and I can write more. I can highlight things. There are quite a few things you can do in here. And as I said, it does a great job in general. The only couple of issues, one is the pricing. It is quite expensive. They are currently running like an early bird sale. That's probably what I'm gonna call it, an early bird sale, where you get 50% off, but I still find it really expensive. I think the monthly plan comes in at around 19 USD, and it has different pricing plans, but um, I will leave a link to the pricing of this. But as a Scrintal member, that's why I haven't dove into the pricing. As a Scrintal member, I am getting this as a part of my experience. There is also a question on whether or not they will continue developing Scrintal, or if they will only focus on Gobu, which is a thing that I am a little worried about, because Scrintal has already changed once from their like old Scrintal experience to this new Studio for the Mind, I think they called it, back in December. And if they are going to change again, it is hard to like say when they're just going to sit down and make or fix the product or keep improving the product, like land on a product that they are going to keep working on. So that is just something to keep in mind when you are diving into something like this. I've been a fan of the new Scrintal experience. I think the whiteboards, I think how everything works is great. But there hasn't been any like major updates on what happens to Scrintal when this comes out. And also I haven't, and I've talked to others who have had the same issue. We haven't been able to log into the Scrintal Slack community. It seems to be closed off. I'm not going to say that it is, but I have gotten a couple of comments from people saying that they haven't been able to log in either, so it might be closed. So again, something I will be following up on later. This last one, we have to go to LinkedIn. I hate the fact that LinkedIn does not have a dark mode. But LinkedIn and Julian, the founder and CEO of Routine, has wrote a couple of LinkedIn blog posts. Actually, there was five, I think. He called it Launch Week, and the new Routine launched with a lot of different new features. I'm going to focus on two of them in this video because that's the two I find the most interesting. Then I will do a full review on the new routine later. But we now have offline mode. As with many other applications, this new offline first idea is getting more and more popular. Most applications are now offline first, and those who aren't are trying to become offline first, or at least add a lot of offline functionality. Even something like Notion is trying to figure out offline functionality. So this is getting much more powerful. Um, and he writes about it here, like cloud first applications. I think a lot of them, like Notion, will still be cloud first and not offline first or local first, but they will add more and more offline functionality. So now routine is offline first, which means that you can log off, you can turn off your internet, you can hide in a mountain or sit on an airplane or in a train or wherever you don't have internet access, and uh, continue to it will continue to work. So next up, they also introduced MCP servers. So you can now connect your AI to your second brain, and a routine is supposed to be your second brain. So you can connect it to, here is an example with, I think this is Claude. It is Claude. So you can connect it to Claude. You can connect it to something like Raycast, and it can do a few things. It can fetch your tasks, notes, events, and more. It can create or modify entries through structured commands. It can suggest next actions based on live context from your workspace. So I've used this a lot for different things, and it works really well. I haven't used the routine one, but I've used MCP servers. And you can get really creative with these. So whether you're using Claude, ChatGPT, or any other MCP compatible model or service, as I mentioned, Raycast is one, Zapier is another one. And I like the way they do this. I prefer this much more than having to pay for another AI subscription, because if Routine were to add AI to the application, it would become more expensive, which means that uh, I would probably have to pay for or pay extra to use the AI within Routine. Often it isn't an add-on. They just put it into the application and they force you to pay more for it. I'm not going to say that Routine had that plan, but it happens a lot in applications, which really annoys me because I am already paying for one AI subscription. I am currently paying for Raycast AI. And if I could just put my applications into Raycast AI, that would make a lot more sense to me. Fewer apps and fewer subscriptions, which I think everyone would be happy about. So I really like this. Um, and as I said, I will be doing follow-up videos both on Gobu, especially Gobu because I'm really interested in that, but also Routine because it's been an application I've talked about and said that I am really excited about. So definitely going to follow up on those two with a couple of videos. I'm not sure when they come out. It is a little bit hectic now before I'm going on summer vacation, but they will come. That covers it for today's episode. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I will try to get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching today's video.